1975, there's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, we wind up Week 5 with a good battle between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go.
Now Allen throwing on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On second down, here's Lynch. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Lynch. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover. gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And the kick by Elliott is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled by Jordan Willis. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Oh, he shifts past him. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard! Leopard!
Lynch looking to throw on second. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Gone! Detroit!
On second down, Lynch. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Lynch. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Lynch. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Ricky Seals-Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
3-19.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Allen. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still first down.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Here we go now. Green 30.
From the gun, it's Allen. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 10. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
And again, it's Allen. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Allen again. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Now, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And here come the Redskins now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Lynch on 1st down. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, Lynch. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Lynch now, work to do, certainly, after that sack. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Lynch. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On the return, it's Tate. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Here we go now. 3:19. 3:19.
On 1st down, Allen. Buying time to his left. Oh, able to avoid him. Finding room inside the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Now let's go.
Allen now on 1st down. Hurts over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Set. 3:19. 3:19.
A final shot before half for Allen. And this is Ertz with it, right side. So well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here, let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Lynch here off the bootleg. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Redskins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They go play action now. Lynch. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off the play fake. Here's Lynch. And his pass incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They run. This is Lewis. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now Lewis. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to run with Breida. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's going to get it running right. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Here's Breida. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And Elliott puts this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Blue line it.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Ertz has it left side. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. But at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Hurry up, here we go.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
All right, here we go. Blue line.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
A give. This is Chubb. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Escaping the pressure right. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Bullet good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Lynch looking to throw on second. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Detroit! Detroit!
On first down, it's Lynch. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Lynch is going to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Over!
Now it's Lynch. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run with Lewis, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's Lynch. He's going to float this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Lynch to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. He dumps it off to Drake. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Now let's go. Blue, line it.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
Fourth down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Oh, Lynch going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing now is Lynch. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And Elliott puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To throw is Allen. Finds his target. It's Gates. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. And they'll get the spike off with 6 seconds to go. And they're not able to complete it. Now just 6 seconds remain. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. Now Allen. Caught on the right side by Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with 1 in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Redskins, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.